Hello and welcome to another round of Digital Coin Up. This is Downloader Review, Episode 3. Today we'll be taking a closer look at Twin Cobra, an arcade shoot-'em-up ported to Android. The original Twin Cobra was released in 1987, developed by legendary shooter developer Toaplan, and published by Taito in Japan and Romstar in North America. This shoot-'em-up was a pretty big hit in its heyday, and that in turn led to it getting ported to several platforms at the time. These platforms were PC Engine, X68000, FM Towns Marty. It was also ported to PlayStation in the compilation Toaplan Shooting Battle 1, which included the equally popular Tiger-heli. And if you want to get really crazy, you can also find the game on the Samsung Smart TV platform, although I'm unsure if it still exists since all Samsung Smart TVs are now running Tizen as their operating system. Maybe someone in the comments can clarify that for me. However, there were two ports of the game that I've not mentioned that have become really popular: the Genesis and NES versions. I personally have the Genesis version, and I will say that that version is infinitely harder than this Android version. Now, as you can probably tell, this game is extremely straightforward as a shoot-'em-up. You play through stages and shoot everything in your way. However, the stages in this game are fairly long for this genre, each one lasting about 4 minutes or so. By the time I finished the game, almost an hour had passed. This is a bit unusual for vertical shooters, as they usually take a max of 20 minutes. Also keep in mind that this game is constantly auto-scrolling, so losing choppers didn't really slow down the game time. Even when fighting bosses, you only have a certain amount of time before the game says, "I've had enough," and pushes you ahead. As for this rendition of Twin Cobra, I would say that Ideatory have done a decent job of having the playing field fit well on modern devices, and the touch controls are not too bad. However, this is a very bare-bones app. There is no option to play with a Bluetooth controller or USB controller, no extra modes, and no gallery or history. What you see in this video is what you get. This app comes in two forms. One is a freemium game where you can make in-app purchases. The other one is the one I have, and that is a premium version where you can play as much as you like with unlimited continues. It is strange to not have any options when playing a game in the mobile era, but then again it's only $1.99 to purchase. So, you know. One thing I did forget to mention now that unlimited continues were brought up is that this game can be brutal. And it only becomes more so when you lose a life and your protagonist's vehicle is swarmed in bullets. Yes, that's the same for any other shooter. But let me go back. Okay, you see in most games of this type, when you come back they give you a grace period where your character is invincible for a few seconds, so you can get in a position where you won't go down right away again, and at least get your bearings. but not this version of Twin Cobra. Come back in the heat of battle and expect your helicopter to be shot down again right away. Those unlimited continues are the saving grace of this version. You know, another strange thing about this app is the music. It doesn't really loop. Instead, it will get to a point like a third through the stage and begin to fade out. So it's not a traditional BGM, but more like an MP3 on a repeat. So, like I said, the music just starts a few seconds later. Really strange. When I first bought this version of the game, I really hated these flaws. But the game itself becomes way more fun the more you practice. And I've practiced quite a bit. Do I recommend it for $2? Yeah. If you're still unsure though, try it out for free. Although fun, there is not a lot to look at while playing. A lot of the stages kind of blend together, and those sound effects are kind of awful. But as for the blandness of the graphic, keep in mind the era this game was originally released in, and I believe you'll have a good time if you're a shooter fan. Anyways, looks like that concludes a review of Twin Cobra on Android. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. To be kept up to date of new content, please consider subscribing. And of course, I'd love to hear from you, so please leave a comment. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I really, really do.